Good morning, students. Open to your textbook Beehive to page number 35. That is from the lesson of The Little Girl by Catherine Mansfield. You will find there number 3, but this 3 is not third part, but is the third video, continuation of yesterday what we have seen. Yesterday up to the paragraph number 6 we have completed, where Kezia had destroyed the important speech written by her father. That paper she has destroyed unknowingly, of course, because she wanted to give surprise gift to her father, whose birthday was supposed to come the following week. And so she has tore this paper into pieces and stuffed them inside the pincushion, and it was ready. And at the end she was caught, and so she tells lies to her father that no, I have not done. And her father tells her mother, make sure that she goes to bed at this moment, instantly she should go to sleep. And then what happens, we shall see. Today we will continue. Paragraph number 7, page number 35. Please follow the book. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room, watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. I'm going to beat you for this, he said. Oh, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. See what happened here? She went to her room and father went behind, and she was crying. So much she was trying to explain, but while crying you can't even speak. You remember, first of all, she is so much frightened. She lay in the shadowed room, in the dark room, and she was lying down in the room, and she felt as if the whole room was shadowed with the sad pattern of the floor. He felt as if the whole room was of sad atmosphere. Understood? And then father came into the room with a ruler in his hand. You just imagine, without ruler in the hand only she is frightened. And now she sees her father with a ruler in his hands. And you say, I am going to beat you for this. And she screamed, no, father, so much frightened. And she pulled her aside, the bedclothes, she pulled it aside and ordering, sit up, hold your hands out. And naturally, she has to stretch her hand, and there comes one, You see what the, sit up, he says, and you must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. See, you see? You should not touch what is not yours. But then she is trying to explain, but it was for your birthday. You see, can't even speak that your birthday. It was for your birthday. And with that, down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Means one strong scale comes on her hand. And you know what happened? She would cry. Anybody will cry out of fear and pain. Number 8. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God made fathers for? She sobbed. Here's a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You'll forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks. You see what happened? Always grandparents will be there to always protect, And grandmother, she wrapped her, covered her with a shawl and rocked her. Rocked her means to on the rocking chair. Just she shook her, okay? And then the child went to sleep. She clung, she stick to her soft body, and then she slept. And she's sobbing, softly crying, telling, what did God made fathers for? For what at all God made the fathers? You see, she's praying like that. Why did God made the fathers for? And she was crying. Here's a clean hanky is handkerchief. Darling, she is telling, take the handkerchief, blow your nose, because when you cry, from nose also it will come out. Eyes, tears and nose, everything will start leaking. And so she gives her a clean handkerchief and telling, go to sleep, pet. You see, you will forget all about in the morning. In the morning you will forget. Better now go to sleep. And grandmother is telling, I tried to explain to the father, but he was too upset to listen to me. He couldn't listen. He was not ready to listen to anyone. Okay? And then, you see, but then the child never forgot. Though grandmother said, in the morning you will forget, go to sleep now. But then she never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both her hands behind her back and then her cheeks became red. You know why cheeks becomes red? 2 times. Either you are angry and when you are frightened. With anger also cheeks will become red, and when you are frightened also will become red. So here for this little girl it was the not because she was angry, but then she was frightened. She was becoming red. Number 9. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby, mom on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the horse on him, and he tried to catch them, laughing all the time. Then it was she decided that there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. That was all right in the daytime, but while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. You see what happened here. Mr. McDonald's, the family of McDonald's lived next door, and it was a different type of family. You see, in the world, even today, we have different sorts of fathers, of course. All are not the same. I told you already, all are not the same. This McDonald's, they had the 5 children, and here Kezia was only daughter, remember. And she used to look through the gap in the fence, what was happening in the next door, next family. And she saw them, little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Tag means here, the children's game, they'll catch one another. That's called tag. You are hide and seek, and they will catch each other, running around. And they saw the father with the baby Mao, maybe youngest one. He was carrying on his shoulders, and 2 little girls hanging on his coat pockets, holding on his pocket and running round and round the flower beds in the garden and shaking with laughter. They were simply laughing, enjoying. And once he saw even the boys turn the horse on him. What is horse on him in? The watering, probably in the garden, flower garden, you have the pipe, we call it. So when the water, to put the water for the plants, so that same pipe they took and put water on him, that is the horse on him, and he tried to catch them, laughing all the time. Simply nobody is getting angry, they were simply enjoying. And then she decided that there were different sorts of fathers, all are not the same. Suddenly one day, now the story changes, you see, from here. One day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to hospital, and little girl was left alone with the Alice, the cook. Remember, very important here. Okay. During the daytime it was all right, but while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid, because during the day it was okay, but then when it was night and Alice was making her to sleep, she became suddenly frightened. Number 10. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, putting off her socks, and don't you scream and wake your poor pa. You see? Telling, what will I do if I have nightmare? Nightmare means bad dream at night. Do you have nightmares? Many of you will not remember. Sometime you will remember, frightening, fearful dream we call nightmare. Okay? Suddenly you will be dreaming either one lion is running behind you or someone is trying to catch you, some enemies or some animals, things like that you call nightmare. Okay? Telling, she said, I am having often nightmare, and when I scream, Granny takes me into her bed. Telling, I can't stay in the dark. because it all gets whispery. Whisper means everywhere I can hear somebody is whispering, speaking softly. And Alice telling, you just go to sleep, child. You don't worry anything about it. You see, anything about. You don't have to get frightened of. And so she removed her socks and telling, you don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Your poor papa is a dad, okay? Telling, don't scream. If you scream, what will happen? Your father will get up. Better whole day he is working. And so, better you don't scream at night. You go to sleep. Nothing is going to happen. Then what happened, you see? But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma! She woke shivering to see father beside her, a candle in his hand. What's the matter? He said. You see here, she is having some old nightmare. That means often she is having the same bad dream. What was the dream about? The butcher. What is the butcher? Those who will cut the or kill the animal. That's called butcher, killers. Those who will cut the meat, you call butcher. The butcher always with a knife and a rope, rope. They will tie the cattle and they will take them to kill. So she was dreaming, this butcher coming with a knife and rope, coming nearer and nearer and smiling with a dreadful smile. Dreadful smile means fearful. Underline please. Dreadful means fearful smile. And she could not move because with the fear she couldn't move. She could only stand still without moving and crying out, Grandma, Grandma. And this in the dream she was screaming, but then it was in reality. And she woke shivering. When she was screaming, naturally, immediately after that she woke up. She was shivering to see father beside her, a candle in his hand. So father has come to her room now and she could see the father is standing there. And what's the matter? He said. And you see now 11th paragraph number 11. Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with the butcher's smile all about her. It seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, said father. You see here, telling, what's the matter? The father asked. And the child is asking, oh, that butcher, that killer, one who kills with a knife and rope, and telling, I want Granny. Remember, whenever she is having this nightmare, Granny would take her to her bed and make her to sleep again. So telling, I want Granny. And then he blew out. He understood it is a nightmare this child is having. The father understood, and so she blew out the candle, bent down, and picked up the child in his arms. He carried her along the passage and took her to his bedroom, his big bedroom. And newspaper was on the bed. He kept aside that paper carefully and tucked up the child. Tucked up the child means covered up nicely in bed. He made her to sleep close to her, just beside her. He also lay down beside her, and this child, half asleep still, she could still see the butcher's smile all about her. She crept close to him because he is frightened, remember, and she used to hold tight her grandmother. So same thing she did to her father. She crept, she moved towards her, close to her father. Now no more fear, no more frightened of her father. Remember that, because she is afraid of this dream, this nightmare. Snuggle her head. Snuggle her head means moved into a warm, comfortable position close to her father. Okay? And held tightly to his shirt. Just to try to imagine. Just close to a dad. Then the dark did not matter. No more frightened of dark night. She lay still. She lay down quietly. And the father is telling, here, rub your feet against my legs. Because it's very cold, remember that. And get them warm, said father. And then she realizes now something. You see the last paragraph? Tired out, he slept before the little girl. Before the girl could sleep, the father slept. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. You see, something beautiful ending. The father was tired, and so he slept before this child could sleep. But this child did not get sleep. Funny feeling came all over her. She felt something very funny. The poor father is telling, not so big after all. Though she considered in the earlier that he was thinking of him was like a giant, very terrifying father. But now she is realizing, close to his chest, he is just clinging to him, telling he started feeling pity for her father. Poor father is telling, not so big after all, with no one to look after him. No one to look after him because mother and grandmother have gone to the hospital. And he was harder than grandmother. She used to cling to her grandmother, old grandmother, wrinkled body, wrinkled face and hand, so soft body. Now her father was naturally is a hefty man and so harder than grandmother. Though she is clinging close to him, he is very hard. But it was a nice hardness. She is very comfortable. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be Mr. MacDonald. Now she realized that she cannot compare her father with Mr. MacDonald because whole day he was working and he was tired. And now she realizes that hard work that he had done, that beautiful writing, she had torn them up. Now she is feeling bad. And now she stirred suddenly and sighed. She looked at her, staring, no? Suddenly and sighed. Sighed means took a deep breath. And with that, the father woke up. What's the matter? Asked the father. Another dream? Have you got another nightmare? And now she is telling, oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. And telling, I can hear it going. I can hear your heartbeat. And what a big heart you have got, father dear, he is telling, you see. Something beautiful. The same girl, earlier, she failed to realize, failed to sense, or failed to feel the father's love. Now at the end, she realizes, after all, father is tired. Father was no one to look after her, no one to look after him. And so she starts loving him. And naturally, he also shows some concern, some love for this little girl. Read that lesson once, twice till you understand. Story is extremely easy and so there is nothing difficult. You read it and try to understand and then write the questions answers. Excuse me. Open your book to page number 38. You see there. Given below are some emotions that Kezia felt. Match the emotions in column with the items in column B, column A with the B. Fear of terror. Terror means fear. You have to match that in column B. What will be the answer? Here, column B. It is the, you see here, father comes into her room to give her a, no, that is not the one. Noise of the carriage grows fainter. Excuse me. See, fear of terror means frightened. What will be the answer there? B, you see. First, father comes into her room to give her a goodbye kiss. Noise of the carriage grows fainter and fainter. Father comes home, speaking to the father, going to bed alone at home. Father comforts her and falls asleep, or father stretched out on the sofa snoring. Now, fear of terror. You see, third one, when father comes home. Understood? Second, glad sense of relief. Feel, thank God. When she feels that, you see, that is in the second. Noise of the carriage grows fainter. Okay, carriage, when the carriage has gone farther. A funny feeling, perhaps of understanding. Just now we did. Okay, the last paragraph. Father comforts her and falls asleep. She feels something very funny. Answer the following questions in one or two sentences. This match the columns, no need to write in your notebook. You write only the questions answers, okay? The first, second part and second and third. You see, answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences. They are very easy. Why was Kezia afraid of her father? Why she was afraid? Answer would be, she was afraid of her father because he used to talk to her harshly, very strongly. He was in a habit of finding out her mistakes. He had the habit of finding, remember, when he would come back home, he would say, have you been a good girl today? So he had a habit of finding out her mistakes. That's why Kezia was afraid of her father. Question number 2. Who were the people in Kezia's family? Who were in the people in Kezia's family? They were her grandmother, her father and her mother. They were the family members. Though Alice was there, but remember, he was not the family member. Okay, Alice was there, of course, as a cook. Third question. What was Kezia's father's routine? Say, before going to his office, after coming back from his office, and on Sundays. Say, before going to his office, he used to kiss Kezia casually before going to his office. Then after coming back from his office, he would ask for the newspaper and tea. This is the things he would do. Then third, on Sundays he would take rest. He would enjoy sound sleep on the sofa. Question number 4. In what ways did Kezia's grandmother encourage her to get to know her father better? Answer would be, Kezia's grandmother sent her to her father's room to have a nice talk with him. Besides, she asked her to make a gift of a pin cushion on her father's birthday. Next, discuss these questions in class with your teacher and then write down your answers in 2 or 3 paragraphs each. First question. Kezia's efforts to please her father resulted in displeasing him very much. How did this happen? You just listen. Quickly I will speak, but then you will have to write down in your notebook. Kezia used to be afraid of her father because her father talked to her harshly. First question answer. One day her grandmother told her to make a pin cushion to gift him on his birthday, which was approaching. Kezia took it an opportunity to please him. Please him is to make him happy. So she stitched cotton cloth 3 sides and looked for the things that could be stuffed into the stitched cloth. Soon she found out many sheets of paper. Actually, they contained her father's speech for the Port Authority. She tore them into pieces and stuffed her case. One day when her father looked for the papers, he did not find them. After some time, he came to know that Kezia had torn them into pieces to make a pin cushion. He got infuriated. Infuriated means angry, and beat her with a ruler. Thus, her efforts to please her father resulted in displeasing him very much. You will find in the paragraph number 5th, okay? 5th, and of course that beating part will come in 6th also. Next question. Kezia decided that there are different kinds of fathers. What kind of father was Mr. MacDonald and how was he different from Kezia's father? You will find in paragraph number 9. In Kezia's opinion, her father was very harsh. He did not talk to her affectionately, but rather he used to speak to her stringently, very strictly. So, she avoided him. She did not want to be in front of him because she was afraid of him. Moreover, her father never spent time with her. MacDonald's family lived next door to her house. One evening, she saw him playing tag with his children. A baby was on his shoulder, and 2 little girls were hanging onto his coat pockets. They were laughing. Also, she saw some boys turn the horse on MacDonald, and he tried to catch them, laughing all the time. She found them feel friendly with their father, so she wished if her father were like them. Question number 3. How does Kezia begin to see her father as a human being who needs her sympathy? Answer. One night Kezia had a nightmare which made her too terrified. She was crying out of fear. When she woke up, she found her father beside her bed with a candle in his hand. He asked her what the matter was. When he came to know about her nightmare, he blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arms. He carried her to the big bedroom. He laid her on the bed and pulled the covers up around her. Apart from this, he lay down beside her. After some time, still half asleep, she crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, and held tightly to his shirt. Now she felt comfortable. Her father told her to rub her feet against his legs and get them warm. Now Kezia realized that her father was not as harsh as she thought. She realized that her father had to work all day long and got so tired that she could not play with her. She realized that her father wanted her to understand his compulsion. At bottom, he was very good person. You will find in the last two paragraph 11 and 12. After that, you have the question they are thinking about the language that you will write down by your own. Okay, fill in the blanks. The two fill in the blanks are there. You please read and understand. They are asking appropriate word from the synonym given in the bracket, and you write down. You will find it in your book, all these answers. And now it is your turn to complete your notebook, write down the question answers and learn them. Thank you, students.